A chance to be heard. The U.S. Postal Service held a public meeting outside of Buffalo last night after they announced plans to consolidate some of its services from Buffalo to Rochester.
Natalie Kuchka spoke with one of our local representatives who was at that meeting. She joins us now with more on all this. Natalie.
Adam, Teresa, a number of questions still remain on this possibility. How many jobs will be affected, if it will bring any delays in service, and as a Rochester rep describes, what will the impacts be here locally for our facility amid an increased workload?
We're all panicking about losing our jobs, and nobody seems to have an answer for us.
Hundreds in attendance Tuesday night to raise their questions and concerns on the proposal for a change to mail operations and the possibility of consolidating operations in Buffalo to Rochester. It was the first public hearing since the U.S. Postal Service's announcement.
The main concern from the audience, certainly jobs is number one. The jobs that could potentially leave the Buffalo area. The delay of their mail, having to go 77 miles to Rochester before being shipped back to Buffalo for delivery. A lot of the concern was why Rochester?
Kenny Montgomery was at the meeting. He represents the local branch for the National Association of Letter Carriers. He's worked through consolidations before, most recently when Rochester took Syracuse's mail, which he says did not work.
They're just projecting, here, this is what we're going to save, but they're not saying, hey, this is what it's going to cost us. And certainly one of those costs is the changes that are going to be necessary for the Rochester facility to handle this extra mail.
Montgomery says USPS leaders would not give answers to public comment. Part of their proposals includes up to $35 million in upgrades to the Buffalo Processing Center, including no changes to Rochester's facility, which would take in the extra work.
I applaud their desire to protect their facility, and I would do the same thing if it was happening to us. But it was good for them to hear what we believe, what we think from our side of it, from the letter carrier standpoint in Rochester, that this isn't a good thing for anybody.
And right now it is unclear when the next public meeting will be held. However, public comment will run online through mid-March. We do have a link to that on our website, rochesterfirst.com. Adam, back to you.